an app to enhance humanity's metacognition. We're going to use Google Gemini 2.5 Pro DeepThink, which just came out and is apparently really, really good. I would say state of the art model right now. Mathematicians are saying that it is solving unsolved conjectures that were previously not solvable. It's in this video. It shows that they're solving year-old math problems. I have a paper that I wrote. I have a white paper that I wrote with my homegirl Mika. AI enhanced metacognition. And the thesis with the white paper is by leveraging AI as a cognitive mirror and external memory system, individuals can visualize and interact with their internal thoughts, their internal thought architecture in real time. This feedback loop enables the restructuring of cognitive patterns through increased self-awareness, leading to enhanced metacognition, the ability to think about your thoughts, and mental clarity. Now, this idea came because for the last, I would say, 2 years straight of using AI every single day, for the last 16 hours a day, for the last 2 years straight, I have become very self-aware of my own mental state and my own mental mind. Because what I tell people is the more I know myself, the more I understand myself on a deeper level, the better I could communicate my internal mind state to AI systems who could then act as a second brain to hold on my knowledge, to help me think about different perspectives, and basically just unleash the cognitive load that currently takes up my brain. Previously, right? I mean, you had concepts like the second brain, which is like second brain concept, in which you're using like a personal knowledge system to store and access information ideas. The difference with AI enhanced metacognition is that we actually want to create a mirror of your own brain. This is meant to almost be a tool to enhance cognitive behavioral therapy by making people more self-aware of themselves. And because we have really good LLMs, which are very good at pattern recognition, especially the latest models, it should be very possible to have AI that could mirror your own mind. Now, the three pillars that make this important is one, we have the concept of digital phenotyping, which allows us to essentially take brain snapshots of people's mental state based on how they talk or how they text. Because you are conversationally talking to an AI system, it makes this concept feel it allows us to capture digital phenotypes because it's conversational. It's a user talking to an AI system, which means that we could have timestamp transcripts of what was said, when it was said, and actually allow users to go back and see how they talk. Maybe users are more communicative. Maybe users feel more confident in the way they speak. Really, we don't know. This is a thesis, this is the concept. We actually need research subjects, but we can't have research subjects if we don't have an app. So that's what we're going to make today. Now, the second pillar that, well, the end of that music was weird. The second pillar that makes this important is actually cross-model perception. So I was told that if you read something out loud, your brain processes it better. So I looked into it, and it's this whole scientific concept about cross-model perception. And by seeing something with your eyes and then hearing it with your ears, you're actually activating two different brain regions of your own mind that allows you to really ground yourself in reality and process the information you're receiving. So if we have a knowledge graph, like for example, this is what my obsidian looks like. And this is basically kind of like my brain, but not really my brain, but it is my brain of my thoughts and my ideas and my research and like these different things going on. And just by seeing it with my own eyes, really just enhances the ability for me to think about a bunch of different thoughts. Now, the last step of that is the multi-agent safety system. This is one of the most important things because a lot of people are currently experiencing ChatGPT psychosis, where they're being validated by one source of AI, but a lot of people, especially non-AI developers, don't actually know how negatively impactful ChatGPT is. Memories, right? When you save memories in ChatGPT, it actually ruins the quality of your prompt. It's actually like being filled with all this unnecessary detail. It's kind of messing it up. Anyways, so that's kind of the idea here. So let's see if we could turn it into an app with Google Gemini. I'm going to download this paper and I am going to add my file as a full paper right here. Oh, what's up, Shaq? Yes, we are back. We are back. So I just uploaded this full PDF as this. And now the most important step here, before we have Google Gemini go and try to turn this into an app, we need to have good context engineering. So context engineering is exactly what information, what prompts do we have to give the system for it to actually be effective, right? So I gave it the paper, all right? Let's just name this like context engineering. And the first thing I did is I actually gave Google Gemini the paper, which allows it to see the architecture and the general idea. Now I need a knowledge graph. So what I ended up doing was asking Chat GPT o3 if it could find me lightweight local knowledge graph databases for storing info. And I found this first one called Kuzo Database, which looks really cool. They have a little product demo here, so you can see the demo of how this knowledge graph works with a sample data set. And it's a very small, simple data set. We could load it in and see a query. And this query is pretty fast for web, and it's sufficient for a pretty decent, easy to use knowledge graph. So I'm like, okay, I really like Kuzo. All right, so the second piece of context that I want to give is first we added PDF of AEM. All right, this was point number one. And the second thing I actually want to add is Kuzo database documents for knowledge graph. So because I'm going to link the documents of this Kuzo embedded database right here, and it has full docs showing how to create your first graph and to visualize it, etc., means it should work pretty well. So I'm going to copy this and then I'm going to, I guess, just start context engineering in chat. So I'm like, resources. First one is Kuzu database for the knowledge graph. It's on the link. Also, I don't know Gemini's capabilities. I don't know if it could search up. I don't know if it go through the docs. I'm assuming it can. So, okay, we're gonna add that first graph. Now, actually, the second thing is for the paper. Where's my paper at? So the ability to have, by the way, I inscribed on Ordinal, so it's on Bitcoin, just because it's just God, I just always wanted to do that. It's just so clean to do it that way. So importantly is the knowledge graph aspect of it, right? Like getting this visualization of patterns. So what we want to do is we want to mirror the user's mental state. So as people talk, right, hold on, step back for a bit. Self-therapy is hard because people don't know what's wrong. People are not aware of their own problem in their brain. And trust me, everybody has some sort of problem in their brain. Now, if you just try to map out your own mental state, that's not going to work either because people don't know their own mental state. It took 2 years of me using AI every day to even have an understanding of how my mind works internally. Now, the idea is we have the AI prompt the user and just make this a very conversational experience. As the AI talks to the user, then the AI will start mapping out the user's inner cognitive state and start saving snapshots and checkpoints that could help us build it out over time. Now, how we could do that, I actually have no clue. But I'm just going to write that down as more important context for Gemini 2.5 Pro Deep Think, where I'm just going to speak. People don't know their own mental mind, right? So the idea is that it's a conversational AI system where the AI, as it asks questions and talks to the users, based off the user's casual responses, where they just talk about their day or talk about what's on their mind, then the AI could start creating their own internal cognitive mind map to use to start building out the user's mental state. So that's also important context for Gemini 2.5 Pro to have. Um, Now, actually, there's this paper. There's like one of my favorite AI frameworks out there is Mem0, which is a very, very good memory framework. Very, very good memory framework. And one core aspect of how they actually work is okay. So this is kind of yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so to explain this graph. So first, as the AI and the user are talking back and forth, there's an extraction phase where they take the summary of the messages sent. Now, the extracted memories are then ran through the LLM, which then calls the knowledge graph and basically decides for each new memory, should we add it? Should we add a memory? Should we update the memory? Should we delete a memory? Or what the hell does nuke mean? Nuke, should we nuke a memory? What does nuke mean? All right. Anyways, um, so it's an AI, it's a multi-step AI agentic system for memory where the AI will first get a new piece of memory to add to the system and basically look through its own memory already and go, does this memory already exist? If this memory does not already exist, or if this memory does already exist, do we need to update the memory or delete the memory because the existing memory is no longer valid? If the memory doesn't exist in the first place, then we should add this memory. And then it goes into the knowledge graph system, which then builds up the AI's mind map over time. So we're going to use a very similar concept for actually building out the internal cognitive mind state of what's happening. And now in this case, you want to, I guess I could just maybe copy this page. Maybe, I mean, these are good graphs under the hood. So, okay. Now, again, it is Google Gemini 2.5 Pro, so we have to acknowledge that it has a very big context window. It's a very big context window, yes. So Mem0 has their full paper, and their knowledge is very open and open source. So I'm actually going to just take this whole paper and paste it in. So this should help us. I'm going to put this under the Kuzo database knowledge graph. Mem0, Mem0 memory architecture for creating AI memories. But in this case, we're using it to map out the user's internal mind state based off this. All right, now boom, paste in the archivix. That should help. I'm also going to paste in the link of Mem0 itself. Again, I'm doing all of this assuming that Google Gemini could, in fact, open links in deep think mode, which I'm pretty sure it can because when I asked it, I actually used deep think to help me like find valid academic sources for this paper, and it was able to Google search. It is Google. I assume they go Google search. It would be kind of dumb if it couldn't Google search Google. Uh, is it under the research page? Yes. Okay, so we're gonna take this page, and we are also going to paste this chat in, right? So two resources there. Now, another important thing is I don't want to send the details of my internal map state to scam Altman and OpenAI and all these other closed models. So ideally, we would use our own private LLM for interacting with users, but for the sake of a prototype, I heard that Kimi K2, oh, who's this Kimi? I heard that Kimi K2 is one of the newest models that came out. This is a open source Chinese model, and it is very good, very powerful in terms of benchmarks. I don't know if you could really see those benchmarks. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good open source model. Now, one of my favorite inference providers, Grok, that is Grok with a Q, is a very fast inference for AI builders. For example, I guess I should log into Google real quick. Hold on. I guess it was Kimi Antonini. I don't. uh, Let me log in with Google real quick. Okay. So Grok is a very, very, very fast inference app that allows us to use any model, and it's just really quick. Kimi K2 has function calling and tool use, and I remember actually seeing on X that Kimi K2 has good function calling, and this should be really fast. So we are going to use this as our inference provider. So for example, this is raw code test. So if I just say hello, how fast is this assistant? 1,240 tokens per second is pretty fast. Mm, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. So again, I'm going to link the Documentation. There's a documentation. Quick start should be good enough. For inference, we are going to use the Kimi K2 model using Grok for fast speed. Kimi K2 can do function calling. All right, so I'm going to link the docs, and I'm also going to provide it this example of how this chat log goes. For inference, we are going to code. Do you use Grok for your Whisper voice to text tool? No, it's called Better Diction. It's just a local model running on my Mac. Why is my stream quality some random number and not 1080p? I don't know what random number is it? Why is it a random number and not 1080p? It's a great question. I don't know. How do I fix it? Preferences? Output? I mean, is it bad quality? If it's not bad quality, I'll like fix it later. But oh, I see. I see. 116p. Oh, it's above 1080p. I'll take it. So it's above 1080p. I'll take it. I'll fix it later. I just saw what the issue was in my preferences, and thank you for pointing that out because it was actually bothering me when I tried just recording videos, and it was like this weird ass resolution. Um, that's fine. I don't feel like I can't end my stream right now. I'm low-key in flow state right now. Hold up. Okay, so I just added an example of Kimmy. So what's up, Dark? How you doing? So I just added an example of Grok Playground. Now another thing I'm gonna do is function calling. It's 1080 on YouTube. Perfect. Good to know. So another important thing to link is the function calling docs. I would assume that state-of-the-art models like Google Gemini 2.5 Pro understand how function calling works. I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic, actually. Thank you for asking. So I would assume that Google Gemini does understand function calling, but just in case it doesn't, I'm going to link this here. Function calling and tool usage is very important here. So I'm going to link, nope, that's Google Calendar. Why is Google Calendar linked here? I'm going to link the function calling docs. Function calling tool usage is very important here. For the multi-agentic system, we have to figure out how to. So I would want to run the multi-agentic system in parallel. So the user sends a message, and then that message is sent to three different models via like the Kimi K2 AI core, and then dunk, 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 dunk. So the user's input is sent to the agents in parallel, so each agent could process a response and then come back and combine. We have to figure out how to take the user input. We have to figure out how to take the user input. Let me make this. For the multi-agentic system, we have to figure out how to take the user input, send it to the three different AI models at once, then take the responses from each of the three AI models and combine it into one response via another final AI model, AI agent that acts as the, I guess I would say speaker, that acts as the mediator of information from the three AI agents, from the three AI agents back to the user. It must run in parallel so that the response time is very, very fast for a seamless user experience. Now, I don't think, I guess it could be like a Python web app backend. I guess for the demo concept, let's make a simple Python web app. Did I even link Python? What code is this? Is it Python code? I'm only saying to run it in, nah, nah, that is Python. Okay. For the demo concept, let's make a simple Python web app where the user interface is I can open the app, talk to the AI agent system, see the internal states of each of the agent's responses depending on what they say, and C, my knowledge graph mind map of memories be built out all the time. And I think that might be out for it. I think that might be it for context. I'm unsure, like, kind of what else is just simple, like, chat interface using Grok, using Kimi K2 with a multi-agentic system with a built-in knowledge graph to help build out the user's mindset. Um, so I guess the last thing I'm going to say here is user request. Taking the above resources and the PDF, please create a full technical architectural architect design for the base of this app. We want a simple demo concept that runs locally. We want a simple demo concept that runs locally. Three agents. Well, the three agents is mostly a concept, but basically, people run into ChatGPT psychosis, right? Because there's only one source, there's one validator that is showing, like when you talk to ChatGPT, that's the only agent that is kind of telling you stuff. And there are a lot of people, especially Zoomers, especially my generation, that listen to everything ChatGPT says without knowing that ChatGPT could have ChatGPT amnesia, without knowing that ChatGPT could hallucinate and have misinformation. So the three agent system is mostly for the user safety so that um they're not the user isn't falling into confirmation bias. So the primary agent is to basically be the pattern analyst and to start like mapping out the internal mind state. The challenger is meant to find blind spots and to actually challenge people's assumptions. Specifically, the challenger is to ask why. Why do you think that way? Why are you feeling that way? Why do you think you deserve this? Why do you think something went wrong? You know, like the simple act of asking why really just like that by itself enhances people's metacognition because people don't ever ask why. People don't just like, when you're a kid, you're like, why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? Why can't I touch the burning fire? Just kids want to know, and like having that deeper understanding helps them know. People never ask why on their own mind. Never. You don't ask why. Why do you feel this way? I don't know. Like, no, like this is meant to help you understand and like think deeper. And safety validator is basically so people are in a harmful cognitive spiral. Then it's kind of like a tap out where it's like, all right, out the ring, bro. Stop using this app. You need professional help. Something like that. Maybe this app could be professional help. I don't know, bro. I'm just trying stuff. AI just came out 2 years ago. No one has done like there's very few research of this cognitive sovereignty thing. There's like one paper um by this guy. I literally mean like one single paper. What's his name? Uh, I read this medium. Ah, Jim Rutt. Yeah, this was 2019. This was 2025, bro. That was 6 years ago. Now, this paper came out 6 years ago. And it's talking about, typical things now. Social media is causing people to lose their ability to critically think and the ability to deeply think and to have their sense of self. So what this guy did is he tried a 6-week experiment where he got rid of his smartphone and instead got a flip phone. And the result was that he was able to think deeper. TLDR. Let me see. All right, so after 6 weeks, he had sharper focus and long form thinking. He was more present in family interactions. He had a productivity bump on projects, and he saved money. Specifically, I'm focused on sharper focus and long term thinking. And again, the whole point of this framework is to allow people to, like, the AI system is supposed to tell you things. It's not like this AI system doesn't have the solutions for you, it just helps you find the solutions. It's like the whole point of therapy, bro. Anyways, that's the reason for three agents. Now, to see if Google Gemini 2.5 Pro is actually good, uh, we're going to pass this design off to a coder agent who can then build it for us. They'll also be able to access. I wonder how deep. Maybe I should trust DeepThink and see. They'll also be able to access links and documents when told, but it's up to you to break apart mem0 and describe the multi-agent systems and important details in the agent system prompts. Uh, yeah, let's just see how this one deep think response goes. All right, we are in. We are in the deep think mode, and it is deep thinking. I should have a restream button that could like hide my chat. Or sorry, stream deck. It's my stream deck button. How do we do this? Oh, I do have a toggle chat mode. Oh, I already set it up. Cool. Okay, look at that. Oh, it doesn't work when I take it off. Stream deck. I just close it normally. There you go. Look at that. Chat on, chat off. Chat on, chat off. Chat on, chat off. Okay. So I do want to see how good this one shots it, just to see how well it one shots it. If it could one shot it. So the idea is that I actually don't want DeepThink to do the coding for me. I want Cloud Code to do the coding, but I want Gemini DeepThink to actually design the architecture of the app. And that's usually how all my workflows go, is I have a really smart agent with as much context as possible and documentation go and actually design the architecture and design how the app works and make a solid foundation, and then from that solid foundation we could actually pass it off to Cloud Code, who then carries. Thanks for explaining. Also, running them linearly will be better than running them parallelly, right? Well, no, I actually want to run them in parallel because I need to stop closing my paper, so I'm gonna keep referencing it. So the reason for running these three agents in parallel is just for speed. So the user input is going to these three agents before getting output. There's no reason to just send it to one agent and then wait for him to respond, and then send it to this agent, and then wait for him to respond, and then send it to this agent and wait for him to respond. In reality, I'm thinking one user input gets sent to three instances at the same time, so all the AI agents come up with a response, and then when those responses are done, one final AI agent combines them and then sends it to the user. Would be the ideal workflow. Now keep in mind, they ain't lying. Because this dude deep thinks, bro. He deep thinks. Um, yeah, and then I just want to see how quick, if we could get like a good prototype up that I could just have up, and then maybe pass off to some engineers. And then yeah, and then work on another project. We'll see. We'll see how far we get. I got like about 2 hours of streaming, so I did also want to look into DSPY, and I also did want to do research into this new GEPA framework that I saw. Actually, all this is thinking. Let's just go and side quest real quick. Now, first, before we side quest, you guys know me. I need my side questing music, but everything apparently is copyright, so I don't know what to do. Uh, would it make sense to play D&D music? Is there cyberpunk royalty free music? Should I just play a random playlist from Udio? I feel like I should just play a random playlist from Udio. Suno, Summer Love. Bro, this sounds like a Tyler the Creator song for no reason. They're like, I'm on I'm on Udio right now. That's not bad. That's not bad. How did they do that, bro? How did they do that? That's an AI generated image too, I'm pretty sure. I was done. Hold up. Actually, I do want to say, it's not bad. Uh, no, I do want to play create your own song. I'm Oppenheimer, and I just discovered the nuke. No, no lyrics. Instrumental only. Yes. Describe your song. I'm Oppenheimer. I'm Oppenheimer, and I just discovered the nuke. Great song. Wait, this is sick. It created a song called I Am Become Death. Okay, but that has lyrics, so that's kind of gay. Is that what he says? I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. That's what Oppenheimer said. That's so cool. Intense. Well, no, this is too sad. It needs to be like more inspirational. I become death, destroyer of worlds. I just discovered the nuke. The song needs to be inspirational with a sense of wonder. It can't be depressing. It's like I just discovered the nuke. Actually, I guess that could be depressing, but I want a more like I know the song I want in my head, but it might be copyright, so I don't want to play it. No! Okay, you know what? No. Okay. I don't care if I get copyrighted. I need to play it. It's stuck in my head. It's stuck in my head. I am become destroyer of worlds. Oppenheimer. I think it's this one. Oh god. Google Gemini Deep Think has finished thinking. Document outlines the complete technical architecture design for a local demo application with the AI enhanced metacognition framework. It's a little loud. It details how to integrate Kuzu database, MEM0 principles, and a multi-agent system using Kimi K2 model via Grok to create a real-time cognitive mirror. The high-level overview. The objective is to build a local application where users converse with an AI system that maps their mental state into a knowledge graph in real time, utilizing a parallel multi-agent approach for balance and rapid response. The tech stack is Python backend using async IO for concurrency, Streamlit for the front end and UI for rapid development and interaction components. Very good, I like that. Kimi K2 Moonshot AI, Kimi K2 instruct for the LLM. The inference engine is Grok Cloud for high-speed parallel interface. And the knowledge graph we're using is Kuzu DB. We're going to visualize it with the Streamlift A graph, which allows us to visualize the knowledge graph of the users. And the memory architecture is going to use MEM0 principles implemented via the LLM function calling. Here we have an architecture diagram explaining the full app and how the agents are working. The front end is we have the chat UI and the agent monitor. The back end is the MEM0 logic with the orchestrator. You have the multi-agent system with the primary agent, the challenger agent, the safety agent, and the mediator. And this is how they talk to each other. Now this is the schema. The knowledge graph represents the user's digital phenotype. We use Kuzu database storage. Fuck, that was intense. We use Kuzu database storage and MEM0 principles to distill unstructured conservation into atomic. Did you say atomic? Structured memories. The schema must distinguish between raw interactions and distilled insights. So you have memory, emotion, concept. Oh, it's going to extract emotion and memory. The MEM0 logic layer, a Python module, handles abstraction between the LLM's intent and the database execution. So it's using the paper from MEM0 to distill insights from recent interaction and log it as an atomic memory node in a cognitive graph. We're going to flag cognitive pattern to, okay, uh, The multi-agent system, execution flow, and concurrency. User input is received by the orchestrator and logged as an interaction node. The orchestrator uses Python to dispatch the input. The agents call the Grok API. Agents may return function calls. The orchestrator waits for all agents and executes any function calls via mem0. The orchestrator compiles a textual analysis from three agents and sends it to the mediator agent, and the mediator synthesizes the final response. Mm, mm. Let me visualize it. I reached my limits for chat with deeping. That was the only one I got. That wasn't even that deep, bro. That wasn't even that deep at all, bro. Bro, still scam. What do you mean? You've reached your limits for chat. I used this thing 3 times total today. This is like my fourth one. Do you only get four a day? Well, we can't stop there. I literally can't even like use a chat. All right, we need to pivot. We need to pivot. Pivot needs to be done here somehow, somewhere, somehow. We need to pivot, but I'm not sure how. But it needs to be done. I got it. Was that it? Was that the music? Okay. So back to, well, that was disappointing. Back to AI generated music. Okay. So the pivot is I am going to bro thinks he's off. I'm just gonna upload the paper here, and I'm gonna take the mem0 paper. Okay, now here's a problem. This is not deep at all. This is not deep enough. So we're gonna use our prompt. We're gonna prompt our prompts. We're gonna use prompts to prompt our prompts. What does that mean? I'll show you what it means. All right, so my paper is 3,000. Mem0's paper, all right, if I go ahead and download this PDF. So we're going to put the papers into AI Studio because, like I said, it got cucked by DeepThink, bro. It's actually crazy. And that's not even a lot. It's only 6,000 tokens. Okay. So then this is the user request. I'm going to put first AI response for architecture. So the first response we got was like, this is still valuable. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's just, I expected more. I expected a lot more. But perhaps that is my fault for not explaining how much more I wanted, right? So that's actually a user error. It's not on Google, it's on me. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to say that the first AI response is very vague and not detailed enough. It misses, it has good architecture, but fails to go in depth about system prompts, fails to explain how AI agents load in the memory of the chat history and the user. So I'm going to try to explain what went wrong. The first A response is very vague and not detailed enough. It has good architecture, but fails to go in depth about system prompts, fails to explain how AI agents load in the memory of the chat history and the user, as well as how it can load in memories from the knowledge graph itself. So the agents have context of the user's mental states and chat history as they progress. I mean, I could also kind of have please ask the user questions to enhance the depth and detail of this architecture. So my favorite thing to do is actually to have AI prompt me, the user, to prompt it back to get a deeper prompt before we send it to another AI agent. Now that probably sounded really confusing. Trust me, it's not. But having an AI prompt you, me, you, the user, us, humans, right? By having machine prompt human say more detail. When humans say more detail, AI agent get more detail. Therefore, do better. See, now this is good. This is good. Now we're just trying to go in. We got to bring back the where is my AI inspirational? I'm in the lab making cutting edge technology music, sci-fi military march. No, not absolutely not.
Seven gone.
Okay, you max your thinking in Google, bro. Apparently, I only had four responses today. I thought I had more. I started today fresh. Uh, but need some good music. Like, what is DJ? That's a psychedelic. Absolutely not. I'm just looking. I just want instrumental cyberpunk. All right, back to YouTube, bro. Back in royalty free. Hold on. Royalty free cyberpunk music. I don't want dystopian. I just want coder lo-fi, bro. Coder EDM music. Ah, yes. Do we like chat? No, it's not hitting. But I'm not making a D&D game, so it doesn't make sense to play this. No, it needs to be cyberpunk lo-fi. All right, I'll take this. Okay. The agents currently only see, so okay, this is good. It's gonna ask for my input on following points so that we could go more in depth and more in detail. So the agents currently only see the user's last message. We need to provide them both short-term conversational context and long-term cognitive context. Before dispatching to the multi-agent system, the orchestrator will perform a context retrieval step. Yes, I like that proposal. So question for me is one, chat history. How many recent conversational turns? 25 turns chat history of user and assistant is a sweet spot for me. Knowledge graph retrieval, yes. Use K equal 25. Should all agents receive the same exact context bundle? Yes, all agents should receive the same exact context bundle. System prompts. This is good. Okay, yeah, I like the prompt detail. So I guess this is 1A, 1B, 1C. So 2A is I like the prompt detail. I guess that's it. 3, the mediator agents. What's an important goal for the mediator's final response? Should it primarily focus on synthesizing a do you see set thinking budget? Oh, yes. Does that increase it past the norm? Shit, all right, bet. Max it out. Prompt detail. Okay, mediator agent. That also is new. 3A or 3. What is the most important goal for mediators? Do you see any company producing an image generator so cool close to OpenAI? Yeah, Midjourney, Flux. Flux is an open source media generator. Hello, think I am making an AI enhanced cognitive memory system, or I'm making an AI enhanced metacognition app that maps out a user's mental state of their own internal mind and allows them to become more self-aware of their own thought patterns, enhancing their metacognition. 3, I like the prompt detail. It should primarily focus on synthesizing a story. Should it prioritize creating the most empathetic, using the context more as the silent background? Yes, I think more actionable insight is good. It should feel like a friend, empathetic. Okay, we just maxed out the thinking budget. Let's consider this Gemini. Let's assume this is deep think because this is deep think. This is deeper think. Let's see how this works. So we just are enhancing our initial prompt based off the two PDFs we gave it and information. And then we are going to pass this off to Claude Code. So I'm going to prepare cd dev, make dir, aam, cd aam, Claude. Okay. Do you have the context 7 MCP? No, you don't. We're going to give you the context 7 MCP. Now, do you have the context 7 MCP? Slash context slash MCP. Yes, you do. Okay, you are good to go. All right. Now this is a good technical architectural design pattern, baby. Yes. Okay, no changes seem to be the same. So we still have a front end. It seems that the users and that the agents will now have contextual memory. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Hold on. One thing is we're not using mem0 beats actually wait. Does it understand? Explain deeper what the mem0 adapter is because we're using CusoDB as a knowledge graph, RAG, but using the agentic concept from mem0. That should be explained to the coder agent so it knows how to do that. But I think this is good to copy. I'll just see how far Cloud Code gets with it. First, let's paste that. So this is what we're making. Also, we need to explain the overview of what we're making. Whoa, 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 what are you doing? No code. Huh. Actually, I think this is fine. Okay, that seems good. So just good context to give. I copy. Sounds good. How do I copy this? How do I get this specific? Copy markdown. I don't. Oh, this is horrible. Uh, let's clean this up. Okay. Yeah, that seems to be right. So let's paste this in, right? And then we have the second thing, and then finally, I just want to paste in what this is. And then I want to have Cloud Code. Please create me this app. Now, the final thing we actually have to do ourselves is we have to link Claude these resources so he could go and, well, actually, does Context 7 have Kuzo in there? Or is it too new? It might be too new. No, it's not. He has access to Kuzo. Hell yeah. All right. So I could just say, make sure to send off sub-agents to use the Context 7 MCP to understand Kuzo DB and what we need. Another sub-agent to understand Grok and what we need for the API calls. All right, that's that. Yeah. That could be it. I mean, this could be the base app just to explain the concept. Mm-hmm. 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 All right, let's doom scroll Twitter together, guys. So I actually have notifications on for Cloud Code. Oh, now he's gonna send off the sub agents to research Kuzo database and Grok. That's what I mean, bro. My Cloud Code, my Cloud Code agents be taking like 15 minutes, but you can see why. This is pretty cool. Yes, you may go ahead and use these tools, my good sir. It is fun to watch LLMs think. Now, actually, there's an app. So if you want to see Claude Code go into deeper depth, there is this Claude Trace app where you could actually see the trace of Claude. So I'm working on this other app called Easy Clip, and it actually creates an HTML file that shows you like very in depth the full Claude Code assistant call, as well as like what tools they call and what their inputs are and the tool result and what the tool sends back. Um, it is very cool, but it is fun to watch something. Did you know? All right, let's read this real quick. Implementation plan, setup and config, install Kuzo, create the database module, configure the logging, create the schema implementation, create the core database operations, integration and testing. Yeah, sure, looks good. I don't. Sure. Let's see how it does. Okay. Well, I can't use you today anymore, so nothing I can do there. Um, I guess. Huh. What could a developer do waiting for one agent to finish the job? Work on another code base. Okay, so this is my app, Easy Clip. I was working on this last night, and I'm gonna need it after the stream. So I don't have clippers, unfortunately. So until I have clippers, I have to make my own clippers. How do I make my own clippers? By making AI agents that can watch my streams and clip for me. Now, it's called Easy Clip, hence the name, hence the problem, where you could actually make a project, and then you could upload a video. And once you upload a video, so for example, let's say I want to upload like the super short video, it uploads the video. It then, I forgot to start the worker, npm cd worker, and cd workers npm run dev. All right, now it's processing because I started the worker. And then once it's done processing, boom, you can actually view it. And then you can see that we have the transcripts of the video that we just made. Now, the thing I was working on last night, so this is a very long video. This is a long form video, almost like a gigabyte long, 15-minute video. And it has
And then again, yeah, and then we only
all the info we need, right, on a video. Now, my favorite part about this is I could then create a composition where a composition is a master video created by combining segments from multiple source videos in your project, right? Boom, create composition. Now it's going to load in all the videos in my project, and I could actually pick what segments I want to play, and I could actually combine segments from different videos. Now, the thing is, I don't know if this works. Did you make this app? Yes, I made it last night. Bet I made this whole thing last night. Now it's not working. Why? Why is it not working? Okay, it kind of works. So after like a first research, but I'm bugging like crazy. And then it combines them together. And then clicking export video gives me an internal server error. So in order to debug my own app that I just made, I'm going to open it up in repo prompt. I am going to make sure that the full app is selected, especially all of the workers. So from the logs, I'm gonna just copy this. I'm gonna go server logs. So that's one server log. Worker log isn't used here. And this is all. So if I like go and let me just hard refresh. If I go and yeah, he's gonna take like 30 minutes or something, bro. I'm so dead ass right now. So if we create a new composition and we just go through the log, so I could add segments and combine them from different videos. However, when I play, it shows that it's trying to play the video, and it kind of does load it in. Then it stops. So I don't hear anything. Does it automatically save? Do we add automatic saving? Oh wow. I'm goated. Okay. So we did, but the video doesn't play. And then we get this. So I'm going to, oh, this looks good. This looks really good. All right, go for it, bro. Make that. Now, in terms of this app, um, front end logs, we get these logs. And then to explain the problem here, so we get these errors. This first error is that it fails to play and is interrupted by this Google call, which I'm not really sure why. And then, so as a user, I could actually add multiple videos in from the app via segments into the composition page for master transcripts. But when what ends up happening is when I play run the first time, it's completely black. However, it shows on the timeline that the video is playing and running through, and then it shows the video itself, but in black. Now, when it runs the video the first time and then plays again, the videos then show, and it does show it jumping from different videos, but the videos themselves are very, very, very laggy and don't consistently play. Also, there's no audio. And then when I click export, I get this. And then I click export, I get this. What seems to be the issue here? Also, if you don't have enough data or logs to properly debug the issue, then tell me where we should add logs to allow us to solve this issue. So this is 84K tokens. So it's far too big. I mean, I don't have to take composition editor. Yeah, let's put the whole thing in Google Gemini, to be honest. Shaq said, "Are you testing out Claude subagents?" No, not really. I don't find them super useful from when I tested them. Instead, I just tell the main Claude to run subagents to like do research. So the reason why is one of the main points of subagents in Cloud Code is the subagent is just supposed to get information and like let's say it has to read the code base, like a subagent reads the code base and then returns the important information back to the main agent and then the main agent executes something. So subagents don't really like they're not really subagents in the subagent sense. It'd be cool if they were, but they're not because their main goal is to just report back info back to the main agent. So it doesn't really work the way you would think it would work. Now, if you go to AI Studio, we max out your thinking budget, and then what am I doing? I'm getting this repo prompt, and then I'm gonna copy this full thing. I'm gonna go into Gemini. I'm gonna paste it in, and it should tell us what's wrong with our app, and then we could fix it, and then we could launch another Cloud Code agent instance in the app to fix it for us. So, right, Cloud and Cursor. What's being created? Do I have my exclamation point project? No, I guess it's outdated. So one thing is I have Easy Clip, which is my app I'm using to clip up my own videos because Opus Clip sucks and doesn't get me good clips I want. Okay, so Nightbot is outdated. Don't listen to Nightbot. That's not what I'm working on right now. Um, so you could upload videos. You could then get the transcript of the videos that you uploaded, and then you could play them, and you could like go through the videos and click on them, and then it
Detail is
takes you
like
to the state of what you said, and then you could create master compositions to then take videos together and clip them together and edit it based on segments. But this one part isn't working for some reason, so I just want to make sure it works. See, it's a little laggy, but it edits the video pretty good. It combines them, so it's pretty quick, pretty efficient. So that's one thing I'm working on. Now, the other thing I'm working on is called AI enhanced metacognition. And it is a research topic I am studying right now to see if we could use AI to enhance we could use AI to enhance people's metacognition and self-awareness. Now, Shaq just said that there's more pros over cons over subagents.
Welcome back, engineers. Indie Dev Dan here. Imagine starting, and then this is important. They report back to your primary agent,
That's sexy, actually. So that is exactly what I said it does, but he made it make
and
sense.
your primary agent reports back to you. The flow of information here is absolutely critical. You prompt your primary agent,
Mm,
and then your primary agent prompts individual subagents based on your original prompt.
hmm
The subagents respond
hmm
to you, they respond to your primary agent.
hmm
Okay, many engineers are going to miss this fact. And this
Ah, okay, see, that's exactly what I just said, but he makes it make sense in a workflow that makes sense. This looks kind of juicy.
the way you write your subagent prompts. Let's break down exactly what Claude Code subagents look like. So inside this code base, we have a simple hello world agent prompt. We have a new and a mobile use this agent.
I'm gonna watch this whole video. YouTube transcript generator, get free transcript, copy transcript, chat, GPT. Explain this video to me about Claude Code sub agents. I feel like Claude should explain. So what I'm doing right now is this is a great video, all right? I really like the video. The video that you just recommended to me, Shaq. This video,
This agent
very good. Explanation off rip makes sense. Yes, we should be prompting sub-agents to report back to the primary agent, not to report back to us. He covers that. Therefore, this is a good video. This is a good video, yes? Fortunately, the video is 30 minutes long. That is too long for my attention span. So what I do is I convert YouTube video into transcript with just random transcript generator app. Be careful with these random sites. And then I copy the transcript, and then I go to Claude, and then I paste in the transcript. I paste in the transcript, and then I ask, "This is a video about Claude subagents. Can you please explain the subagents that he makes and how it works and how we prompt proper subagents to report back to a primary agent for Claude Code?" And then I hit enter, and then it tells me everything I need to know. The key insight is in the information flow. You don't prompt subagents directly. The primary agent decides when and how to call subagents based on their descriptions. Mm, hmm 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 Can you go more in depth, bro? This is the most like non-in depth like fucking response you could have given me. He talks the IA way language. What do you mean by that? What's up, Dawanda? I haven't seen you watch a video over 5 minutes, bro. Uh,
meta
no, but I understand the point.
prime this. So this is super important, right? If you you want to scale up, you need to understand the information
Motherfucker, if you don't go super in depth, please go super in depth. You gave such a surface level basic response. Did I not like copy this full thing? Look at that.
flow. Okay, we're not just prompting a chat interface anymore. We're not just dealing with one context model prompt agent system. We're dealing with multi-agent systems. Okay, there's a reason I put out that multi-agent observability video. I knew this was coming. It's here. Okay, multi-agent systems
What
are
multi-agent observability video?
the most cracked seniors. We're scaling up hard. Okay,
It makes me feel FOMO. I actually feel a lot of FOMO.
it's a simple flow, right? You prompt your agent, it fires sub agents, collect results. Okay, then the next step in that custom slash command is going to be great, collect the results, fire off.
Like I understand the concept, but I'm trying to think in my head is what sub agents are actually useful. Because the biggest problem I run into as an AI developer is overcomplicating an agentic system for no reason. So it's like, what sub agents are actually good? Because like you don't need half of the agents that are shown on screen right now to like actually accomplish a good goal. Like you don't. They're unnecessary. It's like extra context you don't need. But if you could, so it's like this is what I mean. So a lot of AI agent work and a lot of like AI development, it's alchemy, right? Like let's say you have a bunch of materials, you have a bunch of agents, you have a bunch of tools. You can't just give one AI agent all the prompts and all the tools and expect it to do a good job. No, it's going to be horrible. You need to be very precise and specific with the chemicals and the prompts you put in an agent, right? It's literally like it's baking a good pie. So it's like as an AI developer, your job is AI alchemy. It's what are the most important prompts, information, context, tools, and agents required, and how do they work together to actually accomplish a goal?
More sub. So what do I mean by this is going to allow us to understand our primary agent's context window. I'm just going to say 11. Great. Now we're going to run play audio, and I should just be able to say play audio. Context, and we should probably make this uppercase just to make it more dramatic.
Hmm. This is cool. I like the sub agent to make agents. But again, AI agent alchemy.
When your primary agent is going any to flow in, and this is something that I'm most excited for with custom slash commands combined with Claude Code hooks combined with sub agents, right? Just kind of stacking up these powerful features. You can build powerful yet simple multi-agent systems. So, as a concrete example, we have this in our commands, we have this classic prime command, and we can easily improve this, right? So now we can have prime TTS. So say I want to kick off prime, I can say when you finish. So here's the summary. It's still good. We are off, and then
Yeah, this is a really good video. This is a really good video. But what makes good sub agents? That's homework for you. That's homework for us. That's homework for me. Like it would go wild. But again, alchemy, what makes it go wild? Like this makes sense. Like this is really good. This is really good info. Thank you for sharing it. You finished. What did this one say? The error shows a server-side crash during export, a race condition causing video playback issues, and a simple misconfiguration causing the lack of audio. Correct the superbase admin import, remove the muted attribute from the video players, and add volume controls. refactor used to separate play pause logic from time syncing logic, which will fix the black screen and laggy playback. If applying these changes, the composition editor should work nicely. All right, does that work? So I'm gonna go into my Claude code here and then paste in my original request, and then I'm gonna copy and paste Google's request and say AI analyzed fix. Paste this in. Please implement this. Like I found a lot of luck with just plan mode and proper prompting. Like if I had this full complicated sub agent, like it would just slow me down. Now I do think that sub agents and tools with MCPs would go wild, but like I saw this funny meme. Hold on, let me where can I open this without doxing my shit? Okay, so I saw this funny meme. It's like, look, this guy literally created an agent to replace all his employees. This is useless. It's like actually useless. Like these are not useful sub agents. But could they be? No, this is mostly a meme. I feel like it could half work. I don't know. Doesn't make too much sense. So this guy literally does just regurgitate other people's content. Is this his fucking strat? This billionaire literally breaks down how he scales to 200 mil users. This guy literally breaks down. This guy literally cracked the ultimate cheat sheet. This business literally dropped. This guy literally, Salomon literally, bro, this guy literally dropped. No matter what, AI Gemini, I had to pull out this. No matter what, AI Gemini still doesn't have the capability to fart like human yet. Hmm. Hmm. I understand. I under I understand. Okay, now I just need to get a Grok API key. Is that it? Let's open this up. See how well this works. So env example dot env Grok. Hold on. So while I get my private API key, I'm going to treat you guys to a little ASMR. So please enjoy while I get my private keys. I'm gonna have to pip install. Why isn't it working? Hold on. Did Cursor just do an update that changes? No, this makes no sense. There you go. Okay, I was tweaking. Made it much more difficult for no reason. Okay, I think we're good. It seems to have installed what we needed to install. Now I just run the app and hope it works. Fingers crossed. What does this mean? Failed to apply variable text. So this is where I would send this to Claude or this error. Be like, got this error. Please send sub-agents to figure out what's wrong with context 7 as well as web search. So Kuzo database did work, and it set up the database, but it failed to apply the migration because of these errors. See, like this is retarded. Like why is this agent doing this? This agent doesn't know what he's doing. Sorry. You set off a web agent to debug context 7. Actually, user prompt context issue. I meant to use context 7 to figure out what's wrong and to web search to sub agents in parallel. That should clear it up. Let me use context 7 and web search in parallel to find the correct Kuzo database transaction API. That should work. What is my easy clip doing in the meantime? It says that it fixed all my things. Let's test if it fixed all my things. Huh, cool. I just leaked my API key that I gave you guys ASMR for no reason. That's okay. It'd be like that sometimes. Did you remember to make the delete code base sub agent? I almost did. He's almost there. I give them dangerously permission. I allow them, I give them admin access to my computer and I let them do whatever they want. One time I was so lazy, I had the cursor agent commit for me and ended up deleting my entire commit repo. I never did it again. I never did it again. I'm sorry. And then I've had agents a couple times just delete my whole local code base. One time before I forgot to push the git, and they did the delete that didn't put in the trash can. They did the delete that just blips it out of my system for no reason. It's very painful. Very, very painful. It's not fun. Does this work now? It says that it should. Can you access your passwords? Fuck no. You cannot. No, 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 you cannot. You cannot. Does this work?
Systems nominal. Hi guys.
No.
Systems online.
Okay, that's gonna require a lot more work than I have the current focus to. So I'm gonna discard these changes just so I don't mess it up. Let's focus on this, see if we can get this to work. See the database automatically wraps queries and transactions. I think it's a vibe code to write a passage at this point. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Now I have a different error, but it is really nice to see the live debugging. Do you use remotion for easy clip? What is remotion? Oh, you know what? So I have heard of remotion. I think that would be fun to add to like overlay the videos maybe or like as B. Maybe you could have an AI agent like generate like B clip footage in real time to just like clip between the videos. That could be really sick. I don't even know. God, Jesus.
Heard of him, you've probably seen his shorts and his unique caption style. Let me show you how you can copy the style in less than 30 seconds for your own videos. All you need to do is go to
The way his head
submagic.co and
moved right there was very
upload
engaging.
your video. In a few seconds, captions will automatically be added to your video. Then to change
This is interesting.
Buy the Remotion Recorder and how you can create your first video. After your purchase, you can enter your GitHub username.
Most of these clip gen apps then use remotion. Oh, that's very good alpha, my good sir. Like Opus Clip sucks. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. Temperature in Los Angeles. It knows I'm in LA. That's creepy. Your country, United States of America. Yeah, thanks for doxing me on stream, bro. I'm just kidding. Everyone knows I live in Cali. Cali. No, this is very interesting. I like this. Remotion, create MP4 videos with React. Okay, we're gonna look into how we integrate that once we get this first thing working. Because then I can make an AI. Then I can make an AI agent system that so there's a chat component, right? So this chat component is meant to like talk through my streams and talk to my videos and then get me clippable moments. Usually I send those over to video editors, but I want to make it. So the way I design the API for the compositions is so I can have an AI agent chat somewhere in here, and then the AI agent will get the most relevant videos and then clip it up for us and put it together and edit it and then get us a video edited. And I think after that, I would just need to figure out a way to like be able to delete certain words, which is definitely possible in the system, and because of the way we designed the database, or the way we did the data structure. So yeah, I'm very excited to have this done because I need that for myself, for my streams. Yeah. Let's close this. Let's close this. Did it work? We have a different error. What's the different error? I want to see. So, whose database has built-in supports for floats arrays? Sharon Bibleman. Yeah, Awa, yeah, Eve. Hello, Wanda. I'm not now a vibe coder. You are a vibe coder. Everybody's a vibe coder. So it seems to work for the. I don't even know if he knows. I've never used Kuzu database, to be honest. So I'm just kind of testing to see if it knows how to use. Oh, look at that. It ran. It worked. Okay. Welcome to Streamlit. Okay, we got this issue. Very close. Very, very close. Very close. We got this issue now. We're very, very close. The issue is that level info doesn't exist. Level info doesn't exist because why? It says it right here. We have it in our logger. Do not install logger, pip install logger. Does that not work? Don't touch it. Works, don't touch it. Did I mess it up? Hold on. Okay. Logger. So do I just hi? What happens? Does it work? Okay, so the agent sounds weird, but it failed to that like we're so close to actually working. Um, so this is we got the Streamlit working. I feel like I should move myself to the right here. Oops. Okay. We got the Streamlits working, but we got this error. Seems like memory has more errors. Also, the agent sounds dumb. It's nice that you reached out and said hello. That takes a lot of courage. Even if it's just simple green. He's too empathetic is a system prompt issue. However, the fact that the agent worked in the first place is good. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I need music before I go insane. Hold on. Give me one sec.
I want to build a robot like Boston Dynamics. They built can have only stiffness, dampening. Right now, it was very. And if you everything works fine. Simulation theoretically, yes, that should work, and the internet from zero. But before you do.
That's so cool. Okay. Um, where is mm, I'll take this one. So from the logs, actually, I need to hold on. Move terminal into panel. CD dev, CD. Okay, so I need this to be like its own dev thing so that we could. Why are you making a dummy embedder, bro? You're being so extra. Okay, I'll run the app. Python 3. Run app. Python 3. Run app.py. Init name, empty weights. Don't use a dummy embedder. I hate everything. Are you in the Weirdos fam? I am not. Oh, you sound so ill. It's like almost works. We're like right there. We're like right there. Hold on. First off, get rid of the dummy embedder. Just fail it. Don't fall back to a dummy embedder. It's so bad. I want a dummy embedder. Second, it failed to load fallback model because init empty weights is not defined, so it failed to create the embedding model. Bro, so it's like the app itself works. It just fails to embed the text for the database itself, but like Kuso database is connecting. Do you like the Weirdos community, Wanda? Like I've seen it on Twitter. I think they're a vibe. I respect the hustle they have. They stuck around. They stuck around and found out. Like, why is this not working? So core features script shared. INV readme. Launch the app. Okay, here's the thing. The Streamlit itself works. It seems like the multi-agent framework works very, very well. The only thing that doesn't work is that the embedding model fails, but it seems like Kuso database works. What if I write, I'm, I'm suicidal? Feeling despair, intensity 1. Challenger agent, 5 cognitive pattern, evidence, I'm suicidal. Pattern type, all or nothing thinking. Whoa! Yo, wait, that's such a cool thing for that to have picked up on. The safety agent seems to be the one that's responding. So I'm just gonna like write this quick note. Note.md. Safety agent seems to be the main one responding. That should not be the case. Safety agent is more there as a backup to verify simple yes or no. Is the current conversation safe? And is the main conversational AI agent remaining unbiased? So toxic. Let's get into launch the app. We're using Kuso DB. Seems to connect fine. How to fix it? Wanko. Oh, I've heard that name in so long. That was a good era. That was a good era, boys. That was a good era. Let's have O3 help us. Please debug. And then let's link it to Kuzu database and documentation so that it could go through this. So actually, first, yes, and then write one simple architecture.md file explaining how this app works and anything that it's installing something for me. Okay. Where did Drex and Toxic come from? What's up, boys? Someone link my YouTube? Where else does it come from? So my app was working. Oh. Oh, it works. Oh, snake. Oh, snap, it worked. I recently started vibe coding. This live popped up on my home screen. Oh, welcome. Uh, I would like to encourage you to continue exploring. Let me lower this down a bit. I would like to encourage you to explore vibe coding because it is a very powerful skill set. One of my vibe coding students, I actually have a Discord I would like to invite you to. It's my Vibe Coding University Discord. I have about 1,500 people in there where we learn vibe coding together, and I mostly teach and coach people on how to vibe code. One of my students won $25,000 from a vibe coding hackathon last week. So I just sent in my Discord. Oh, why he's not going in YouTube? Go on YouTube. Paste. Yeah, so I welcome you guys into that Discord. One of my students just won 25K. Another one of my students just raised $100,000 from a VC or something like that. And then yeah, multiple students of mine in the Discord. I call them students because they say they learn from me, therefore they're my students. Multiple students of mine either started a successful SaaS business through vibe coding or have raised money from VCs by showcasing their vibe coded ideas. So it's a new era, boys. You're more than welcome to join. I'm the dev testing. I mean, it seems to work. It hits 3 agents in parallel. We have tool calls that logs the memory, but how do we start actually like visualizing? So I have to go like pretend like I'm crazy in this. So the thing is, the cognitive map is not showing. So no memories are being saved. Explain how the memory system is supposed to work, how the cognitive map is supposed to work, how the multi-agent system works, and the core of the app. One architecture MD file. We're gonna have Quad Code write out documentation for us to save. What's up, Toxic? Welcome in, my boy. Yeah, so I have a bunch of resources and helpful videos right here that show like really helpful guides to vibe coding. This one is very, very powerful. If you use Replit, you could get into this one, but if you're a little more intermediate in vibe coding, I would recommend this video. Very powerful video. We share resources in this chat, so people like learning vibe coding have a lot of like docs and etc. to help. People help each other in chat, so if you have any questions, just please feel free to ask questions in general or in the help channel, and someone will get back to you. It's a very helpful community. If not me, it'll be someone else. So we're going to have Cloud Code analyze conversation, but I'm actually not seeing. So how did it, I assume I have to like talk, because there's no nodes right now. There's no memories, emotions, concepts. It flagged a cognitive pattern. It logged a memory. What memories do you have on me? Your stream is making me realize I never actually watched someone vibe code. I only hear about it. Well, I would say that I am an advanced vibe coder. No, I've been using AI. I've been using AI for the last 2 years straight, every single day. So like I teach people how to vibe code, but really through the usage of AI, I've like very deeply understood architecture, design, and how to like just utilize AI to just like speed through this whole process. Um, so one of the main things, okay, so we have our documents explaining our app and the memory processing pipeline. So you have the primary agent, challenger agent, safety agent, and the synthesis. And then Kuzo database is supposed to provide a persistent storage layer. The orchestrator coordinates the agents, manages the tool calls, provides us here. Memory adapter handles memory operations. Similarity shirt, Kuzo database. The system is supposed to create a cognitive visual representation, but it doesn't seem to be working. The primary agent has access to these tools, select memory, search memories, and flag pattern. But that doesn't make sense. The primary agents, I don't know where my notes at. So based on the architecture that we just wrote down in docs, it seems like the primary agent is managing all of this, which is not how it works. The safety agent's responses are the one that is being shown to the user. However, I don't want the safety response to actually talk to the user. The safety agent should be as simple, is this conversation safe to proceed? Yes or no. The safety agent is meant to ensure that the other two agents, the challenger agent and the primary agent, are remaining neutral and are not having a cognitive bias towards the user, because they're meant to be reflections. So we need to update it so the safety agent isn't actually the one talking to the user. The safety agent is simply there to keep things in check. Now, additionally, the primary agent doesn't seem to be executing any tools. So I want to get all of these logs. So the first thing we have to do is, so a lot of what I do is context engineering. So when it comes to vibe coding, like, yes, you could just talk to an agent and have it do things. But if you actually want to like speed through work and be very hyper efficient with this, you need to be able to provide proper context. 99% of the time when your AI agent fucks something up or messes something up, it's because you didn't provide enough context. 99% of the time when your AI agent cannot build something in the code base properly is because you didn't provide enough context. 99% of the time when the AI agent fails to debug something in your code base is because you didn't provide it enough context. Add more debugging logs, give it more documentation, give it access to use tools like Context 7. These AI agents are very hyper smart. We are past the point of, I don't know if an AI agent could do this. We already have AGI, boys. Like, these AI agents could do everything. It's just up to us as humans to provide it the tools and the context and the information needed for it to successfully succeed, to successfully finish its task. Now, the reason why I did not save those notes where did it save these notes? So right now, the safety agent's responses are what's being told to the user. However, can't have. Yes. What microphone is being used? Bro, if I've been on my AirPod microphone this whole time, oh my. No, bro, my stream, bro. Why was my stream quality so bad this whole time? Ah! traumatizing. No, bro. It wasn't too bad. Okay, because I had good clips. I had good clips, bro. Alright, we'll just proceed. We'll just continue. Anyways, so actually it's worse now because your mic is quieter. What about now? I think it just needs to be pointed towards me. Yeah. Anyways, what I was saying is that 99% of the time when your AI agent fails to accomplish a task is because you as a human failed to provide it enough context. So if your AI agent fails to debug a problem in your code base, it's because you didn't give it enough context. You didn't give it enough context to debug it properly. Add more logs, add far deeper debugging logs, and then provide other logs back to the agent, which is what we're gonna do right now. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna run my app, right? And we're getting all these logs, all these sexy debugging logs, you know, all this info telling us what the app's doing, what the agents are doing. I'm gonna talk to an agent, and then it's gonna show the logs here. So that was actually very fast. However, it's not fast enough. Actually, it doesn't have the debugging logs on, so I think I need to go into env and switch this to debug. Now chat, look, don't take my API keys, please. I ask you kindly not to. I appreciate it, thank you. Does this show our debug? No, he just fell out of nowhere. Query execution failed ID. Debug, executing query. That'll be the app part, your app clips. Foul. So you know what, there's actually not enough logs about the AI agent itself and kind of like what memories get loaded in. So let's go ahead and add more complicated logs. Well, first thing that I should do is push this to GitHub. So make this a new GitHub repo. Are you multi-streaming this? Yeah, on Twitch and X and YouTube. Push my current code base to this GitHub repo. Okay, so that's gonna push our current code base into GitHub so that we could continue. Now, do we have... So, okay, the agents are importing the base agent, which... Where's Grok imported? Grok is imported. Where's Grok imported? This adapter works great, by the way. What's up, Jari? I'm gonna be more consistent with streaming, so I'll be streaming Monday and Wednesday, 10 a.m. PST, even though I started at 11 today. And I almost didn't want to stream because I was watching a very sad One Piece episode and I was crying. It kind of ruined my mood to stream, but I kind of snapped out of it. It was a very sad episode. Sanji and Luffy were fighting. Anyways, so I'll be streaming Monday and Wednesday and leaving Friday for recording days. Get back on my content grind. So what's this push to GitHub? This indeed was pushed back to GitHub. This indeed was pushed back to GitHub. Yup. I didn't push my env keys on accident. No. Yes. Okay. We're good coders. We are great engineers. So the main thing I want to do is one, it's very important to see, like, with OpenPipe. So it's like, first thing I want to do is add OpenPipe to actually track the system prompt of what is being said. So I think I could just use this. So I'm going to say install the OpenPipe SDK into the base AI core so that we could actually analyze and track the system prompt of every single agent in our code base, please. Also for the metadata, make sure the metadata states what the AI agent is and what their role is specifically, and like any other metadata info we need for the run. Yes. Okay, cool. Just like don't add my info. Bro, this chat is so annoying. It like half works. What mic is it using? Testing. Okay. Go through the OpenPipe docs and incorporate OpenPipe into our AI core so that we could track the system prompt of every single model. Make sure to have unique identifiers in the metadata that allow us to understand what agent said what and when and who and whatever else metadata related stuff. Okay. It's good enough. Now that we have a base, I'm gonna run another AI agent on the side. I'm gonna tell this one to please add more in-depth debugging logs so that we can see when tools get used, how the agents talk to each other, what gets mediated, what memories get loaded into the system prompt. We need to properly debug any agentic and knowledge graph database related issues. So I'm just asking it to go more in depth with the problem solving, and I actually really like that background music. Okay. So that one's working. Now this final Claude agent, I'm gonna say, the system prompt for the agent we have sucks, and the responses they're giving are very corny and annoying. The point is to be like a neutral cognitive mirror. However, they're acting too empathetic, and I just really don't like the responses. Can you look at their current responses and then rewrite their system prompt so that we can have a better system prompt and a cooler user experience that doesn't sound so corny and despair-y? Example message. Hi. Response. However, it is important for AI agents to be able to like ask the user themselves and to box their own mind, but it needs to be done in a more engaging way. Now my other question is, I wonder if we could use OpenPipe. Not OpenPipe, PipeCat. I wonder if we could use PipeCat to create the voice assistant interface. Maybe. I'm not too sure. PipeCat is really good for voice agent things. We could add like voice agents on top, I guess, once we figure out the... I think a voice agent could be tough. Well, I mean, Kimi responds pretty fast, maybe. I don't know. That could be like be deeper work. Oh, does Grok and OpenPipe, can they even be configured together? Maybe. I didn't think about that. Usually I use OpenRouter, but we're using Grok for speed. So we'll see. Let's create a new OpenPipe project. AM prototype. We'll see if those work. And if we could get a good open pipe. Oh, it was a good stretch. Oh, great stretch. Oh, that was crazy. I didn't know I had muscle in that specific position. You know, life's been great, guys. It's been pretty slow and pretty calm after being very intense. I kind of appreciate how slow it is right now, because I know things are gonna get very intense again. I don't want to record more videos. I don't know what videos to record though. I guess I just gotta get in front of the camera. Maybe I'll do a voice agent one with PipeCat. That would be a really fun one, like step-by-step guide and vibe coding a voice agent. That could be really interesting. How to make a good voice agent. Start with the system prompt. Maybe I've also wanted to do videos where like someone gives me an app to build and I showcase my process and how I vibe code that specific app. And like, so like the difficulties and the research, maybe they could be like 1 hour build videos. I feel like people find those interesting. I mean, like this video itself, like the stream, I could clip up if I didn't have bad audio at the start. Oh, God. Maybe. I just gotta post stuff, bro. I just gotta post stuff. How are the other prompts doing? Okay, so you're done. You're adding more enhanced logs. I don't know if this is gonna work. I actually have no idea. Because usually I just wrap. Wait, no, that does work. Because look, it's open. Wait, so Grok, inference, docs, Grok. But they have a curl, or I could just hit this. Oh, okay, that's fine. You just switch out the link from the OpenPipe one right here into Grok and it should work instead of using the Grok SDK. That should work. Yes, that does work. Let's see. Yeah, you don't gotta make tests. Don't be that extra. Yeah, I don't need any more memory details. Let's just test you. Let's just see if it works. It starts. Not import name OpenAI from OpenPipe. Unknown location. Now you see, why is it an unknown location? So that's because it is an unknown location. It's actually going to be, hello, documentation. I need you to load. This is not the time to not be loading. Yes, SDK. Installing the SDK page. From OpenPipe, import OpenAI. That is proper. So what's up with this issue? It's literally pip install OpenPipe. Now, unless we're not using how to create, forget how to create a VNV. It is get rid of the versions. Just keep the names. The AIs are always trying to add version numbers and then mess it up. Does that work? Yeah. Source vbin activate. Okay. Python run app.py. Transformers is a big library though. Database path cannot be a directory. But we only get that issue if we're in a virtual environment. Why? Why do I only get this error? I get this directory issue. Oh, also I gotta add my OpenPipe. You do check for this, right? Yeah, okay. Let me get that real quick. OpenPipe. So first do research on this while I get my key. I get this directory issue only when we're running a VNV, which is weird. Please look into this. Use context 7 Fuso if you have to. And then in the meantime, we get our OpenPipe URL. And then just create a test API key for now. Is it possible that it's not working just because they didn't have an API key the first time? No, it says it cannot import name. Getting this error here. Why OpenPipe is installed? Yo, context 7 MCP is so good, bro. It's actually like greatest context 7 MCP is the greatest MCP known to man. Look at this. It literally searches up for any libraries called OpenPipe, and then it responds back with the most up-to-date library, which is OpenPipe. And then it allows the model to actually pick the right library ID and get back the relevant code snippets based on the topic via RAG. It's so powerful. Like, ever since I just added this MCP tool, it just sped up everything. Is that it? It's Python 3. Okay, it seems to be installed now. Now we're getting this error. Open track piping enabled. Got this error now. Maybe I should have done 3 agents at once. Did you do anything related to proxies? Was it you? No, I don't think so. You were just logging. Oh, are you just using the old grok? Just use the newest grok. Can we just update our code base to use the newest grok if the issue is that there's a known... The problem is that HTTPX remove proxies parameter, but the grok library is still trying to pass it. So it's because of the version that we got? Does this work? Huh? Go to OpenPipe, does it work? It does. But he's using the llama this whole time, bro. It wasn't using Kimmy. So what agent is this? So you can actually, so OpenPipe is cool because check this out. You could actually see like metadata in the JSON. So we could see that this is a primary prompt agent. This agent is the challenger agent. This agent is the safety validator agent. And this agent is the mediator synthesis agent. So we could see the 3 calls. And OpenPipe is very powerful because we could actually see the responses, and it's very good for debugging. Now, an actual prod would not have this in the app, especially because it's like a local app and we don't want to track people's stuff, but it's for people to track their own stuff, and it's meant to debug agents and function calls very well. I would say in the 2 hours I had to code this app, that's not bad at all. More like an hour and a half. Yeah, it was like 2 hours. But we can see that the agents actually do talk to each other. So if I say something crazy like, I'm gonna... What can I say that's... I feel anxious. And what if I just say that? What happens? So it's tracking that I'm anxious, and then it's flagging a cognitive pattern. Pattern type vague emotional statement. Man, this could be really interesting. I love the color for the debug log. It looks so cool. So it's not showing the cognitive map, but we're almost there. So I'm gonna call this wraps. I'm gonna save at git save our changes and make a commit message. Seems like that is why there's incompatibility there. We have our open pipe thing there. That was known compatibility that they were able to search up and debug. You can see how fast you can move through problems and debug. Like, oh, there's this issue. Oh, let me go search up let me go scrape the internet for you and find the right one. Oh, hey, it turns out there's a version incompatibility mismatch. You know how long that would have taken me to find as a human, bro? And this AI agent found it in like 5 seconds. And people want to be like, oh, AI agent devs aren't real devs. No. This is superpowered, bro. This is a superpower. This increases efficiency. However, I personally get into a self-loop where a new state-of-the-art model comes out, and it's really good, and I'm able to do a bunch of things I couldn't do before, and I feel super fast and super efficient, and I'm like a monster, bro, just dominating, decimating code bases and work. And then I get used to it, and I get used to the capabilities of the model, and then I feel slow again, despite being like 3 times faster than the week prior, which the week prior was 5 times faster than like the month prior, which the month prior was 10x faster than 6 to a year ago. And how it becomes embedded into your workflow when you get used to it, which is crazy. Like, we really do adapt that fast, and then it becomes slow, and then we want to crave new things, and we wait for the new models to come out until we get used to it. And we're gonna fall into this loop forever. And ever and ever and ever, even when artificial superintelligence comes out, it's not going to feel like artificial superintelligence to us. It's just going to feel like another day-to-day tool, like the phone. Like the phone. Anyway, so we got the base, code base pushed out. Few hours of work, that's not bad. Just a little bit of cleanup. And we could show the cognitive state and the mental map. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna call that. Thank you guys for watching the stream. I will be posting more videos, so subscribe to my YouTube if you want more. Follow me